strong veggie note. There's a little bit of a slight asparagus note, a slight artichoke note. These are a little bit the green notes I get from this one here. And if I go with the Matcha Organic Japan, yeah, there's this sweet note, but also the stringency is also in this one here present. So there's a smaller stringency with the Yabukita, which is completely normal for a Yabukita, that you have a slight astringency. So the main difference really between these two is here you got the a little bit of astringency, then you have the typical vegetal note, and then transforming in a slight this slight hint of astringency is staying, while the tea is a little bit turning more into a sweet note. Here you got much more of the sweet note in the beginning mixed with the stringency, and then going over into a veggie note. So the veggie note is very similar of these two, and in the end this one has much a fresher note, so it develops really a fresh aroma in the palate. Meanwhile this one really goes into the sweetness. This one also coming more from the south of Japan, and this here is Shizuoka tea, so 2 hours south of Tokyo, so not really in the south. And this is the main difference. So here veggie, slight astringent, sweet note, and here veggie, slight astringent, sweet, and then fresh note. So these are the main differences of these two. So each Yabukita is a little bit different. My favorite at the moment is this one here. I have to admit, I like teas which are a little bit more in the sweet section. So I like it when the tea develops a sweetness, but a little bit this after sweetness, so a little bit this full-bodied sweetness, while here you have a light sweetness and then turning into a fresh note. But I could imagine that this matcha here is a very very good matcha for a summer drink. I could imagine even to do like a small soft drink with maybe a little bit of sparkling mineral water with some limes, and really drink it like this as a summer drink. So these are the differences mainly of these two matchas. But now I want to do a third thing. Just finishing this one off. So we're gonna leave the territory of Mr. Nakai, and we're gonna take a second grade. So this is also a second grade of the same farmer. So here you have grade number 1, so Matcha Organic Japan, and this is grade number 2 of Matcha Organic Japan. So nearly the same packaging, just this one here is a little bit is a lower quality matcha, what they said. So it's also from the first harvest. Just take the powder out here. But it's from the lower grade leaves of the first harvest. And I can show you this before I go to a tasting of this one here. So already in the leaves, what you can see, there's quite a big difference. So this one here definitely more in the kind of yellowish or a little bit pale area, while this one here is still very nicely green. So the same plant, same harvest, but just a little bit lower quality leaves. So you can really see these are the top leaves, mostly the main top 3 leaves, and these are maybe the 5th, the 6th, and the 7th leaf also mixed in. So this is the main difference between these two. So let's have a look how the taste can be. Now I have to see how I do this. Maybe I just sift this small bit of Mr. Nakai. So now you can see really the difference of between these two. I try to mix this and drink it. So let's go and do this one here. So I do the exact same thing. I take a half a coffee spoon again of the same of the matcha, and then I just sift it through. Voila. And I'll put in 100 milliliter of water. Then I use my Japan again, same procedure as before. Until you have a nice foamy matcha. Good. Voila. And just pour this in here. So same amount as before. And just already in comparison, this one here is the original and this one here is the new one. You see a little bit darker, this one here. But what's interesting is now the taste. So here we have really this bright green color and here a little bit the darker green. But let's go into the taste. So let's have again of this one here. A little bit this astringent note, veggie note, sweetness going over, then into this fresh note. Very pleasant to drink. If you like a small hint of astringency, this one here. So already in comparison, these two, so this one here seems much more flat, so there's much less going on in the palate, much less music playing, much less of different notes. You have the stringency. This one is the same, so the stringency is coming out in both of the matches, but here it's just like really flat, while this one really plays on this fresh sweet note going down, then bringing out this freshness, while this one here brings a little bit of the veggie note and also the freshness. But on the nuances, this one here plays much less, so it's a much more boring tea, you might say, in terms of taste. It stays pretty flat and you have the stringency. Let's compare again with this one here. Much more sweet flavor going, really developing a fine sweetness, then going down into these fresher tones. So this one here just very flat, astringent type of matcha, and this one here really bringing you a little bit on a roller coaster of tastes. So this is the main difference. It's not that this is a very bad quality matcha, it's just much less in taste, much less playing on the different notes. So definitely something less interesting, but also price wise actually much more interesting, this one here. So it depends a little bit what you're looking for. I think this one here for a matcha latte can suit it, but finally I always take the first harvest and the best harvest also in the matcha, because you have the most of amino acids, you have the most of polyphenols, the most of theanine, and you have the most developed taste and the most nuances. Whatever I do, I always take the first harvest. But this one here, in my opinion, works pretty well for a little bit of a lower priced option. But definitely my choice would be this one. But first choice stays the Sui Matcha of Mr. Nakai. Okay, so I hope you liked this. I hope this one could help you. And if you have any questions, never hesitate, ask us, and let me know what you think. And happy to have you next time here. Okay, have a great day. See you. Bye bye.